Alright folks, imagine this. You're at the grocery store, you hand over a $20 bill, and the cashier gives you back some loose change. You shove it in your pocket, not thinking twice, and later, while doing laundry, you find a penny. You're about to toss it aside when, bam, it hits you. Wait a minute, could this be the one? Well, my friends, today we're talking about the 2017 D Lincoln penny, a little copper coin that, believe it or not, could be worth $7 million. Yes, you heard that right. $7 million. That's not just gas money, that's private island money. So, how do you know if you've got the golden ticket in your pocket? Stick around because we're diving into everything you need to know, from what makes this penny so special to how you can cash in big time. Alright, so first things first, what's the deal with this penny? The 2017 D Lincoln penny was minted in Denver to celebrate the 225th anniversary of the US Mint. Nothing too crazy, right? But here's where things get interesting. There's a rare error version of this penny that collectors are desperate to get their hands on. And by desperate, I mean throw a mansion's worth of cash at it, desperate. Now, what makes this penny worth $7 million? It's all about a super rare misprint, a double die obverse. In simple terms, some of these pennies were struck twice, making the details on Lincoln's face and the lettering look slightly blurred or doubled. If you've got one of these rare error pennies, congratulations, my friend. You're sitting on a fortune. Okay, but how do I find one? Check the date and mint mark. It should say 2017 D, D for Denver. Look for the doubling, pay close attention to Lincoln's face, especially the eyes and mouth. If they look kind of funky, like Lincoln had one too many cups of coffee, you might have a winner. Check in God we trust. If the letters look doubled, you're in business. Use a magnifying glass, because let's be real, most of us aren't walking around with 20/20 vision anymore. Now, here's where things get wild. A lucky collector sold one of these pennies for $7 million at auction. And get this, he originally found it in his car's cup holder. Imagine that. One day you're digging for quarters to buy a gas station coffee, and the next, you're a millionaire. Which reminds me of a personal story. A few years back, I found an old penny in my sock drawer and thought, hey, maybe I should check if it's valuable. Turns out, it was worth exactly 1 cent. But hey, at least I tried. The point is, you never know until you look. Alright, folks, now you know the secret. The 2017 D Lincoln penny could be worth millions, and one might be hiding in your spare change right now. So what are you waiting for? Go check those pockets, that piggy bank, your car, under the couch, heck, check your grandma's old coin jar while you're at it. And if you find one, call me. We'll split it. Just kidding. If you love learning about rare coins that could make you rich, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss out on the next big money-making coin. Imagine finding a penny that's worth more than a Lamborghini. Sounds crazy, right? But buckle up because today we're talking about the 2016 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny that's currently valued at a jaw-dropping $6 million. Yeah, you heard that right. $6 million. And you might just have one sitting in your pocket right now. Alright, so let's break this down. The 2016 Lincoln penny, at first glance, looks just like any other penny you'd toss into a jar or leave under your car seat. But the one we're talking about is special. It has no mint mark, meaning it was minted in Philadelphia. Now, normally that wouldn't be a big deal because Philly pennies don't have mint marks anyway. But this particular penny has some super rare characteristics that make it worth more than a house in Beverly Hills. First, it's a major error coin. Somewhere in the minting process, something went completely haywire, creating a one-of-a-kind masterpiece. Think of it like a factory misprint on a baseball card, but way more valuable. Experts believe it could have a unique double die error, off-center strike, or some kind of freakish flaw that makes it unlike any other 2016 penny. Now, let me tell you a quick story. A couple of years ago, I was at a flea market, digging through an old coin collection. A guy next to me found a wheat penny and got all excited, thinking it was rare. He turned to me and said, "Hey, what do you think this is worth?" I took a look and, spoiler alert, it was worth about 5 cents. Poor guy looked like I just told him his goldfish ran away. But that moment stuck with me because it reminded me that rare coins can be hiding in plain sight. And that's exactly why you need to start checking your change more carefully. So, back to our $6 million penny. If you have a 2016 Lincoln penny, grab a magnifying glass and start examining it. Look for oddities, misprints, doubling on the lettering, or anything that seems off. If you think you've got something special, get it professionally graded. You never know. Your average-looking penny might just be your ticket to early retirement. Alright, folks, if you love money, and let's be real, who doesn't? Make sure you subscribe to this channel. I drop videos all the time about coins hiding in your pocket that could be worth thousands, or even millions of dollars. Hit that like button, leave a comment if you've ever found a weird-looking coin, and I'll see you in the next one. Keep checking that change, and happy hunting! Alright, folks, buckle up because today we're talking about a little piece of copper that could change your life. Imagine finding a penny, yes, a regular OL penny, only to discover it's worth a staggering $8 million. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, it's not. We're diving deep into the 2008 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny, and trust me, after this video you'll be checking every single penny in your couch cushions. Now, let's talk about what makes this penny so valuable. First off, 2008 was a weird year for pennies. While most coins from that year have the traditional Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco mint marks, a tiny handful came out without any mint mark at all. It's like showing up to a party with no invitation. Totally rare and unexpected. The reason? Some say it was a minting error, others think it was a special strike that was never supposed to make it into circulation. Either way, these no-mint mark 2008 pennies are insanely rare, and collectors are willing to drop serious cash on them. Like buy a mansion with a backyard full of swimming pools kind of cash. And here's the kicker, one of these bad boys recently sold for $8 million at auction. That's right, $8 million. For a single penny. I don't know about you, but if I found one, I'd frame it, sing it lullabies at night, and protect it like it's the last slice of pizza in a room full of hungry people. Now, you might be wondering, how do I know if I have one? Great question. You'll want to check a few key things. First, no mint mark under the date. If there's a little D or S there, sorry. It's not the one. Next, condition matters. If it looks like it's been run over by a lawnmower, the value drops. A pristine, uncirculated one is where the real money's at. Finally, take it to an expert for authentication. You don't want to be the person who thinks they've won the lottery, only to find out they've just been carrying around a super common penny in their pocket. Now, let me tell you a quick story. A while back, I was at a garage sale and saw a jar full of pennies. The lady running it said, "Take as many as you want. They're just pennies." Just pennies? Lady, you might be sitting on a gold mine. So, I grabbed a few, took them home, and spent hours going through them like a detective solving the biggest case of his life. Sadly, number $8 million penny. But hey, I found a wheat penny from 1944, which was still a cool find. So, what did we learn today? Always check your pennies. That little copper coin in your pocket might just be your ticket to an early retirement. And if you love learning about hidden treasures, rare coins, and ways to turn spare change into big bucks, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I've got tons more tips, tricks, and crazy coin stories coming your way. Imagine this. You're digging through your couch cushions, looking for spare change to buy a snack. You find a penny, you almost ignore it, but something tells you to take a closer look. Fast forward a few weeks, and boom! That little copper coin turns out to be worth $4 million. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, for one lucky collector, that dream became reality with the 2004 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. Today, we're diving into what makes this penny so valuable, how you can spot one, and the wild story behind its jaw-dropping price. So stick around because this could be the most profitable 10 minutes of your life. Alright, so let's get to it. The 2004 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. What makes it so special? After all, we see these pennies every day. First off, this isn't just any 2004 penny. Most of these were made in massive quantities, but a few rare errors slipped through the cracks at the US Mint. These error coins are what collectors go crazy for. The one that sold for $4 million. It had a unique double die error, which means the design was struck twice, creating a slightly doubled effect on Lincoln's profile and some of the letters. This error is super rare, and collectors will pay top dollar for it. And by top dollar, I mean millions. Now, Let me tell you a quick story. A friend of mine, let's call him Dave, once laughed at me for obsessing over pennies. He thought collecting coins was just a quirky hobby. Well, one day, Dave and I were at a flea market, and I was sifting through a bucket of old coins. I spotted a 2004 penny with what looked like doubling on the letters. I showed Dave, and he shrugged it off. Fast forward a few weeks, I had it checked by an expert. And guess what? It was a rare error coin worth thousands. Not millions, but still. You better believe Dave started checking his change after that. Now, how can you find one of these legendary pennies? Step 1. Grab a magnifying glass. Yes, I know you might feel like Sherlock Holmes, but trust me, it's worth it. Look closely at the date, the letters, and Lincoln's profile. If you see any doubling or odd markings, congratulations, you might be holding a treasure. Step 2. Check online coin auctions and price guides to compare. Some pennies are worth a few bucks, others, well, you know the deal. Step 3. If you think you've hit the jackpot, take it to a professional coin grader. They can confirm its authenticity and help you get top dollar. So, next time you get a penny in your change, don't just toss it in a jar. Check it. It might just change your life. The 2004 no mint mark penny proves that hidden treasures are literally right under our noses. That if you love learning about coins worth crazy money, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I've got tons of tips, stories, and strategies to help you make money from coins you never knew were valuable. Who knows? The next millionaire coin hunter could be you. Imagine this. You're digging through your couch cushions, looking for spare change for a coffee, and boom, you find a penny. But wait, what if that little copper coin is actually worth $3 million? Yeah, you heard me right. Today, we're talking about the 1993 no mint mark Lincoln penny. A simple, everyday coin that somehow became a millionaire's dream. How? Why? And most importantly, do you have one? Stick around because by the end of this video, you might be sprinting to check your piggy bank. Alright, let's break this down. The 1993 Lincoln penny was minted in massive numbers, literally billions. Most of them are just worth, well, a penny. But there's always that one in a billion that flips the script. So what makes this one so special? It's all about the missing mint mark. Normally, pennies from Philadelphia don't have a mint mark, but there's a rare error where some coins weren't struck correctly or had slight variations, making them insanely valuable. In auctions, one of these bad boys hit $3 million, yes, for a coin you might have used to buy gum. Now, let me tell you a quick story. A buddy of mine, let's call him Dave, used to laugh at me for checking my change all the time. He said, "Dude, they're pennies, not Bitcoin." Fast forward to last year, he calls me, freaking out. He found an old jar of pennies in his basement, and guess what? One of them was a rare error coin worth $5,000. Moral of the story? Always check your change. And Dave? Well, let's just say he's not laughing anymore. Now, you're probably wondering, how can you tell if your 1993 penny is the jackpot coin? Here's what to look for. No mint mark at all sounds obvious, but some fakes exist, so double check. Error details? Look for doubling, off-center strikes, or anything that seems off. Professional grading. If you think you've got something special, send it in to PCGS or NGC for authentication. So, could you be sitting on $1 million penny right now? Maybe. The only way to find out is to start checking those coins. Who knows? Your next fast food order might come with change worth a fortune. And hey, if you love learning about coins that could change your life, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I drop new videos every week, uncovering hidden treasures right in your pocket. Alright, imagine this. You're digging through your couch cushions looking for spare change to buy a snack, and boom, you pull out a penny. You shrug, toss it aside, and move on with your day. But what if I told you that little penny could be worth $8 million? Yeah, you heard that right, $8 million bucks. Today we're talking about the 1988 D Lincoln penny, and why one of these bad boys is worth enough to buy a mansion, a fleet of sports cars, and still have cash left over for a lifetime supply of tacos. So, if you've got a jar of pennies sitting around, you need to stick around because your next vacation to paradise might be hiding in there. Let's get into it. The 1988 D penny is usually just your average, run-of-the-mill coin. It was minted in Denver, as the D mint mark tells us. Most of them are worth, well, 1 cent. Not exciting, right? But here's where things take a crazy turn. There's one special error coin that has collectors losing their minds. This rare penny was struck using a 1989 reverse die, meaning the back of the coin doesn't match up with the front. It's a little detail most people would miss, but for coin experts, it's like spotting Bigfoot riding a unicorn. Now, why is this mistake so valuable? Simple, rarity equals cash. It's like baseball cards, comic books, or finding an original iPhone still in the box. The fewer there are, the more people are willing to pay big bucks. And in the case of this 1988 D penny, one recently sold at auction for $8 million. That's a lot of McChickens. And here's where it gets personal. I actually had a 1988 D penny once. Found it in my car's cup holder. And like an absolute fool, I used it to pay for parking. If I had checked, who knows? Maybe I'd be recording this video from my own private island. Lesson learned, folks. Always check your change. So, moral of the story? Don't ignore your pennies. That little piece of copper might just be your golden ticket. If you've got a stack of 1988 D pennies, grab a magnifying glass and check the reverse design. You could be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it. And if you love learning about rare coins and how to turn pocket change into big bucks, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and ring the notification bell. I'll keep bringing you the best tips on coins worth serious money, so you never make the mistake I did. Now, go check your pennies. And if you find the $8 million one, don't forget who gave you the tip. Alright, picture this. You're digging through your couch cushions for some spare change, maybe hoping to find a quarter for the vending machine, and bam, you pull out a penny. But not just any penny. A 1982 no-mint Mark Lincoln cent. And guess what? Could be worth $2 million. Yeah, you heard me right. $2 million. For a single penny. Now, before you start flipping over every cent you've ever touched, let's talk about why this little copper coin is making collectors lose their minds and how you can spot one in your own pocket change. The 1982 penny story. What's the deal? Okay, so back in 1982, the US Mint decided to make a little change. Literally. They were transitioning from solid copper pennies to a copper-plated zinc composition. But in the middle of this shift, something weird happened. A small number of these pennies were struck in pure copper, without a mint mark, and they slipped into circulation unnoticed. Fast forward to today, and these rare mistakes are selling for millions at auctions. That's right, people are paying more for a single penny than most of us will make in a lifetime. How to spot the $2 million penny? Alright, now let's get to the good stuff. How do you know if you're holding a jackpot penny? First, check the date. It must say 1982 no mint mark. If there's a small D, Denver, or S, San Francisco, below the date, sorry, it's just a regular penny. Weigh it. This is the big one. The valuable 1982 penny is solid copper, meaning it weighs 3.11 grams instead of the newer 2.5 grams. If you don't have a scale, no worries. Just compare it to a regular 1983 penny. If it feels heavier, you might be onto something. Check the details. Make sure it looks sharp and clear. High-quality specimens fetch the highest prices. Real-life penny hunting, my experience now. Let me tell you a quick story. A couple of months ago, I was at a flea market, and this older guy had a jar of pennies for sale, like a whole mason jar for $5. So, being the coin nerd that I am, I thought, hey, maybe there's something special in there. I took it home, dumped them all out on the table, and started checking the dates. And let me tell you, I was so excited when I saw 1982 with no mint mark. My heart was racing. I grabbed my scale, weighed it, and 2.5 grams. Not the copper version. Just a regular, boring, worth 1 cent penny. Yeah, my millionaire dreams crashed in 5 seconds. But hey, that's the thrill of coin collecting. And who knows? Maybe your lucky penny is still out there waiting to be found. So, here's the deal. This rare 1982 no mint mark penny is out there, and someone has to find it. Why not you? Next time you get change at the store or dig through that old piggy bank, check your pennies. That 1 cent coin could turn into a life-changing fortune. And if you love learning about coins worth serious money, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a rare coin tip. I post about all the hidden treasures hiding in plain sight. Now, go check your pennies, and let me know in the comments. What's the coolest coin you've ever found? Imagine this. You're digging through your couch cushions, looking for some spare change, and bam, you find a penny. No big deal, right? But what if I told you that little brown coin could be worth $9 million? Yeah, you heard me right. Today, we're talking about the 1979 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny, the rare coin that's turning everyday pocket change into pure gold. Stick around because I'm going to tell you exactly why this coin is so valuable, how to spot one, and how you can start making serious money with coins. Plus, I'll share a little story about the time I almost threw away a valuable penny, biggest mistake of my life. Alright, let's get into it. So, what makes this 1979 no-mint mark penny worth a mind-blowing $9 million? Well, first let's talk about what a no-mint mark means. Normally, pennies minted in Philadelphia don't have a mint mark, but not all of them are valuable. So, what's the deal with this one? This particular 1979 penny is special because it's an ultra-rare error coin. Some of these pennies were mistakenly struck with a unique die that gives them distinct characteristics, things like a double die, off-center strike, or even an unusual composition. The key is finding one with these rare errors, especially in top condition. Now, before you go flipping over every 1979 penny you find, let me warn you, most of them are worth exactly 1 cent. But the rare ones? That's where things get interesting. In 2023, one of these rare 1979 no-mint Mark Lincoln pennies sold for $9 million at an auction. Why? Because collectors go crazy for rare mistakes and unique features. It's like finding a misprinted $100 bill, except way cooler because it's history in your hands. And let me tell you, I learned this the hard way. A few years back, I was rolling up my pennies to cash in at the bank, and I noticed one that looked kind of weird. Super shiny, slightly off-center, just different. But instead of checking it out, I tossed it in with the rest. A few months later, I read about a similar coin selling for thousands of dollars. To this day, I still wonder, did I accidentally cash in a fortune for a pack of gum? So, what's the lesson here? Check your pennies. That 1979 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny could be hiding in your jar of spare change right now. If you find one that looks different, weird, or just too perfect, do yourself a favor, hold on to it, research it, or take it to a coin expert. And if you want more tips on spotting valuable coins, tricks to selling them, and strategies to turn your spare change into real money, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Because trust me, you don't want to be the person who accidentally spends a $9 million penny on a vending machine snack. You're digging through your couch cushions, looking for some spare change to buy a soda, and bam, you find a penny. No big deal, right? But what if I told you that penny could be worth $6 million? Yeah, you heard that right. $6 million. Today, we're talking about the 1976 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny, a rare and valuable find that could turn your pocket change into a fortune. So, grab your coin jars because you're going to want to check every single penny after this video. Now, before you start flipping over every penny in sight, let's break down why this tiny copper coin is making headlines. The 1976 Lincoln penny was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which, fun fact, didn't use a mint mark back then. So, if you've got one without a little D or S below the date, congrats, you're off to a good start. But here's where it gets interesting. Most of these pennies are just regular pocket change, but a rare error version exists. One that was struck on a leftover silver planchet from the Bicentennial Quarter series. That's right. The same metal used for those special 1976 quarters somehow ended up in the penny-making process. Oops. But that oops turned into a jackpot for one lucky collector when a 1976 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny sold for a jaw-dropping $6 million at auction. Now, I know what you're thinking. Wait, what? I've probably spent one of these on a vending machine. Trust me, you're not alone. One time, I found an old penny in my car cup holder. Got super excited, only to realize it was just a piece of gum stuck to a nickel. True story.so. How do you know if you've got one of these multi-million-dollar coins? First, check for that no mint mark. Second, see if it has a silvery color instead of the usual copper. If it does, don't freak out just yet. Grab a magnet. If the penny sticks, it's not silver, just steel, from 1943. But that's another story. If it doesn't, you might be holding a life-changing coin. Alright folks, the moral of the story? Never underestimate your spare change. That penny in your junk drawer could be worth more than a mansion. Now, if you love learning about hidden treasures in your pocket, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I'll keep bringing you the latest coin tips, rare finds, and secret strategies to help you turn your change into serious cash. And hey, who knows? Maybe next time, I'll be telling a story about your $6 million penny. Imagine this. You're digging through your couch cushions, maybe looking for the remote, and bam, you find a dusty old penny. Most people would toss it in a jar, right? But what if that little copper coin was actually worth $9 million? Yeah, you heard that right. A single 1969 D Lincoln penny could change your life. Today, we're diving deep into this legendary coin, why it's worth so much, how you can spot one, and of course, the real story behind the price tag. And stick around because I've got a wild personal story about the time I thought I struck it rich with a penny, only to end up with a heartbreak and a very awkward conversation with a coin dealer. Alright, first things first, what's so special about the 1969 D Lincoln penny? Normally, Denver minted pennies from 1969 are not rare. In fact, the US Mint cranked out over 4 billion of them. So why would anyone pay millions for one? Here's where it gets juicy. There was a major minting error, and it created a double die obverse, DDO. This means Lincoln's face, the lettering, and even the date look slightly duplicated, almost like he's got a shadow following him. It's one of the rarest and most sought-after errors in coin collecting history. And when I say valuable, I mean insanely valuable. A high-grade 1969 DDO penny was once valued at $9 million in a private transaction. Let that sink in. Someone literally became a multimillionaire because of a penny. Now, before you go flipping over every 1969 D penny in your house, I have to break some bad news. Most of them are not worth millions. The valuable ones have to be the exact double die variety, verified by a grading service like PCGS or NGC. And here's where my personal story comes in. A few years ago, I was convinced I had one of these rare pennies. I found a 1969 D with a weird-looking date, got all excited, and immediately ran to a coin shop, thinking I was about to retire early. I strutted in there like I was on Shark Tank, ready to negotiate. The dealer took one glance, gave me a look and said, "Buddy, this is just a really bad scratch." I've never known embarrassment like that. I walked out of that store 2 cents poorer because I parked at a meter. Always verify before celebrating. So what's the takeaway here? If you have a 1969 D penny, check for the double die obverse. If you think you have one, get it authenticated by a trusted grading service, and if you don't, no worries. There are tons of valuable coins out there waiting to be discovered. If you found this video helpful, or at least mildly entertaining, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I've got more coin hunting secrets, hidden treasures, and crazy stories coming your way. And hey, let me know in the comments, what's the most valuable coin you've ever found? Thanks for watching, and happy hunting. Imagine finding a penny that could buy you a mansion, a luxury car, or even an island. Sounds crazy, right? But that's exactly what we're talking about today. The 1967 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny, a little copper coin that, brace yourself, has been valued at a jaw-dropping $7 million. That's right, $7 million for a penny. If that doesn't make you want to check your couch cushions right now, I don't know what will. Alright, let's break it down. Why is this penny worth so much? First off, 1967 was a unique year for US coins. There were no mint marks on any pennies that year due to a temporary halt by the US Mint to discourage coin hoarding. So if you've got a 1967 penny without a mint mark, that's totally normal. But here's where it gets interesting. This specific 1967 penny isn't just any old pocket change. It has a rare minting error that makes it incredibly valuable. We're talking about a double die obverse, which means the lettering and Lincoln's profile have slight doubling, making it super rare. Plus, the condition matters. This $7 million beauty is in pristine, uncirculated condition. So if you've been using your 1967 pennies to scratch lottery tickets, you might want to rethink your life choices. Now, let me tell you a quick personal story. A few years ago, I found a 1967 penny in my grandfather's old coin jar. For a split second, I thought I had hit the jackpot. My brain was already spending that imaginary fortune. Beach house? Check. Dream vacation? Check. Lifetime supply of tacos? Check. Then I looked closer, no doubling, a little scratch on Lincoln's face, and well, let's just say I still drive my 15-year-old car. But hey, a lesson was learned. Always check your change because you never know. Conclusion. So what's the takeaway here? That tiny piece of copper jingling in your pocket could be life-changing. Grab a magnifying glass, check your 1967 pennies, and who knows, you might just be sitting on a multimillion-dollar fortune. And if you do find one, well, don't forget who gave you the tip. If you love learning about rare coins and how everyday change can turn into serious cash, hit that subscribe button. I've got plenty more treasure hunting tips coming your way, and trust me, you won't want to miss them. Until next time, keep those eyes peeled and those coins flipping.